Well, he missed a hell of a first drive by Jayden Daniels. Daniels impressed throughout. Now, he didn't throw a ton of passes. He was just 2 for 3 for 45 yards. But if you look at that first drive, and he was on the field for one drive, you got to like what you saw.
Yep.
11 plays, 70 yards, and then he ends with a rushing touchdown, a designed run he beat, or designed, read option that he kept.
Yeah.
Which we talked about last week. EB was saying he kind of was sleeping on the fact that Jayden's going to get designed runs. Cakes and I were positing, I think it's going to be a minimum 4 per game where there's just designed runs for Jayden Daniels. He's so fast, and that was my number one impression. The pass to Diami was great, and we can talk about it. They say he checked out of it, which is good, so that shows his quarterback skills and his knowledge of what he's seeing. But the run, you just saw the speed and how easy it was.
It was really easy.
You could also see one of the previous 2 or 3 plays previously, because they ran the ball like 3 straight times before he finally just took it himself. He had a little read option pretty much every time, and he didn't take it one time to the left, and he's jumping up and down, wishing he had kept it because he could have scored on the left side earlier in the drive. To me, the most impressive part was the throw to Diami. It's one throw. He was high on another one to Eckler where it's a little out of sync, just out of the backfield.
Have you seen the synced up video of his first collegiate pass?
I know. He's just like the same thing.
His exact same pass. I guess that's his go-to. He throws a nice go ball.
It was just great. It wasn't like Diami really beat him. I mean, he barely beat him.
Right.
But it was a great catch for Diami, so it was good for him.
Yeah, he made a play.
It was great for him to make a play. But it was just exciting to see. I was thrilled. I was also thrilled with the no huddle. They did a lot of no huddle on that drive, which I was a little bit surprised in the preseason that they would show that a little bit. But I guess that's just what they're going to do.
Now, the skeptics would say, slow your roll. It was all Jets backups.
Okay. Yeah. I know people were saying there was a lot of backups. I don't know if it's all backups, but sure. Listen.
But it's hard
like
not
you
to
said,
be impressed.
it's a small sample size, like you said. But
yeah,
it's not like he went out and threw up all over himself.
I'm not going to, give him the MVP.
Yeah, right.
But it was his first test, and he passed it with flying colors. And just more importantly, I just thought that the team overall looked revitalized.
Yeah.
And I watched the whole thing, and Sinnott made plays. Jamin Davis made some plays early, which I was excited about. I don't know. There just seemed to be a new enthusiasm on the sideline, on the field. It was really exciting. And Jayden, how could you not be thrilled with that?
This is what
debut?
I would bet on. And I put this on our Instagram page, Sports Junkies Radio. Give us a follow there. There's a graphic of the last 8 years where there's a different quarterback every year.
Yeah.
This I know. Next year it's going to be Jayden Daniels, and the year after it's going to be Jayden Daniels. I don't know if it'll be 5 years from now.
Yeah.
But they've got a guy right now who they drafted super high, who looks the part, who was unbelievable in college, who flashed a little something on Saturday. He's going to be their quarterback for a while, and we haven't had any quarterback stability for basically a decade since Kirk left. There's been zero. They've tried million guys.
Everybody.
This is the guy.
Yeah, you're right.
No, I think
that's why you should be excited, and you should, like Eric said, you should be excited about the fact that this new coaching staff, new ownership, has revitalized the team.
Yeah, I think so.
And you could just see it.
I mean, even Zacchaeus, he was shifty.
He looked good.
He looked good. It was just overall, it was exciting. It was fun. There was an energy of fun there and I think a lot of that's because of Jayden and the raised expectations. But it just hasn't felt that way, like with the Ron era, certainly.
If you want to give us your first impressions of Jayden Daniels in a Commander's uniform, 800-636-1067. You can call us in the MGM National Harbor listener lines. He also seems to be handling things the right way. Like
Very
he
mellow.
arrived with the Doug Williams jersey.
So
the
smart.
Old school Doug Williams jersey. Everybody loves the colors. Everybody loves Doug Williams.
Right.
So, I mean,
I was a little thrown with the 12 o'clock or the.
It was weird. Even
Was
my
it
wife
12
was
or
like,
1? I can't
was
remember.
at
12.
noon.
It was new. I was thrown about the 12 kick. They never play 12 o'clock games in
Yeah.
the preseason. They usually play 7 or 7:30 games.
We were speculating, and I never looked into it why they did that. My thought was maybe they had a concert at night, and they wanted, like, let's do the football early,
Maybe,
get them out of there.
Could be right.
I don't know. I never looked into it.
It was very strange.
Yeah, I just
It felt weird, but it was good. I got used to it.
Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
knew the kid was fast. It's just, it looks so easy for him running that after somebody tweeted, and my thing was, if he stays healthy, chalk him up for 800 yards. Like, I really believe that. And I saw one of these fantasy sites, the type of sites that Cakes looks into, that it's all fantasy all the time.
Mhm.
And they said just simply based on one drive,
Did he launch
they
up?
moved him up to QB 13.
right.
Wow.
That's not great. It's not like he's top 5 yet, but think about it. Like,
he hasn't played it.
he's a
down.
He played
rookie,
15 minutes.
because they're
and-
like, right, because he's going to get his yards on the ground. You know that.
Right.
And his arm impressed. So if you want to give us your first impressions, 800-636-1067, I don't know how you can knock it. Now, he's barely on the field,
But I totally
but he
agree
showed
with
a
it.
little everything.
But as soon as they scored a touchdown, I was like, get him out of there. Actually,
Yeah.
after he made the throw to Diami, I said, get him out of there.
Yeah.
Like, I
But,
saw
like,
enough.
He showed you processing.
Yeah.
He showed you the
Poise.
arm.
Yeah, the
And
arm.
damn, he showed you the legs.
Well, a lot
Because
of
the
that was,
legs, that's almost a tease. Because he will have
well, dude, he jogged
30-yard
in there.
runs.
He
Right.
didn't even- He
I know.
jogged in there.
He's going, like I said, his miles per hour on that long run he had in college
Mm.
is basically the exact same as Tyreek Hill, his fastest run all year last year.
Which is crazy to think of that. On that particular play, our buddy Mitch Tischler pointed out that Bates and Cole Turner just cleaned out the right side,
Right.
which made that play possible.
Right.
And so he could just jog in there. It was a delightful drive. They were struggling a little bit with all the handoffs and couldn't really punch it in. And then finally, that play was just so easy. It was a great capper. Sucks.
And
that-
he was finding this is going
Yeah.
to sound basic, except if you watch the Bears preseason game, you would see there was a problem. I mean, the Steelers preseason game. See, I'm still calling Justin Fields the Bears. Justin Fields botched 2 snaps under center.
Yeah.
2 of them.
Yeah.
Supposedly the
It's-
center took the blame afterwards. I don't know why. My buddy Dane, who's a huge Ohio State guy, he was claiming the center was snapping it too early, like he wasn't ready for it.
But he's the Fields apologist.
he's
Is
a
what you're saying.
huge Ohio State
Well,
guy.
it's also
Yeah.
the first preseason game, and they've only been practicing for
I
a
know,
couple
but
weeks.
You didn't see that with the
With
Commanders
Jayden,
and
yeah.
Jayden.
No, you
Yeah.
didn't. No.
And
And that's a good thing.
It was a little out of sync. They were saying it was jitters. Maybe it was with that little screen that he tried to throw to Eckler. We threw it over him, but that's really
Eckler's short.
huh?
Eckler's short.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
that's the only thing. But I was thinking, yeah, maybe he's just used to bigger backs, at LSU.
I thought Eckler looked good. I mean, he was
Yeah,
only
dude,
in there for
I'm
a few
putting
plays.
a lot of stock in what you're saying on Eckler. Putting a lot of stock.
I mean, it kind
in
of depends on how they're going to use him, but it seemed like he was in there as much as Robinson.
Robinson looked good. I've been kind
Yeah.
of down on Robinson. Like to me, Robinson's very average. And again, they still only had 3/5 of their line, right? Because Cosme played, but Coleman didn't play. Wiley didn't play. They had a bunch of guards playing tackles. So, I mean, all things considered, I thought it was a pretty darn good showing.
How'd Forbes hold up? We spent so much time talking about Forbes.
Well, he had good and bad. Very
Yeah.
first play of the game, I think they challenged him when they were on offense, and he held up fine, did a nice job. Then he later gave up a touchdown. So good and bad. Sandestro looks like he's the real deal.
Yep.
I don't know, man. And also on the defensive side, they didn't play Bobby Wagner, they didn't play John, they didn't play Duran.
Right.
There were a bunch of guys on the defensive side that didn't play either. So the Jets may have had some backups in, but we had a bunch of backups in too.
Oh, yeah.
Believe me.
Maybe
if
you'll
you-
see a lot more of those guys against Miami on Saturday.
I was perusing
would think.
box scores on Saturday and Sunday morning. I mean, so many starting quarterbacks didn't play,
Yeah, I mean,
including in this case Aaron Rodgers.
yeah, I mean, you kind of expected that.
Yep.
But again, it's just good to have the preseason, even though we kind of get tired of the preseason because you're only seeing the starters for 1 or 2 series, but at least it's here. It's finally here.
Yeah. Oh, I was actually excited. I wanted to see. I mean, honestly, and I tweeted this half joking. It looked like Gronk. It looked amazing.
Hey, look good.
He had speed, power.
Yeah, it took
he
like
only had
8
a couple
guys
catches,
to bring him
but
down.
yeah. I mean, that was super exciting to see. You saw the size in the 6th or 7th wide receiver that JP always hates talking about, Tremaine Johnson or whatever his name is, Bryson Tremaine, whatever that guy's name is.
Bryson
Tremaine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you get your first taste of all these guys that we've been talking about.
Right.
So
Frankie
Luke
Louvu.
McCaffrey had a couple catches.
Yeah.
De'Ami Brown had a couple catches. You mentioned Sinnott, 57 yards on 3 catches. So, I mean, overall, I think good. And the Commanders finished 3-0 last year, right, in the preseason. So maybe it's good to lose one.
Can't remember.
I mean, it absolutely is meaningless.
Couldn't be more meaningless. Yeah. All right, let's bang out a few of these calls here if you want to chime in. 800-636-1067. Do you have hail? We could play hail to the Redskins, even though we lost.
I might have to find it. I moved over here to play some of the clips.
The Jayden Daniels debut. We can be excited about that. Let's go to Rick.
Hey,
Rick, what's up, buddy?
Good morning, gentlemen. How are you this morning?
Hey,
What's
we're
up,
doing good.
man?
So we went to the game. We're from Connecticut. So we went to the game on Saturday. We snuck down right behind the bench, a few rows back, a few rows down from Jayden Daniels' mom. He brings an electricity. When he was there, you could just feel on the sideline the palpable energy that he's bringing. Threw the ball up to his mom. She took some nice photos with us, very gracious. And I'm pumped. I feel it.
Right. It just seemed like the guys had a lot of energy on the field, not just Jayden, just the whole team was energized. When Tress Way made the tackle and the whole sideline went nuts, that was very cool.
He's wearing number 10 now.
Do you want to see Daniels for a few more series in the Miami game?
Oh, yeah.
I'd like to see him for half.
Yeah. I think
that'd be nice.
I think the plan is he might get close to a half. He'll certainly get at least a full quarter because I don't think he'll play in the third game.
Yeah, then you just sit him in the third. But I would want to see him for probably at least 3 or 4 series.
Now, they kind of had this, but what I've said all along is you just want to see guys get a rhythm going before the season. Now, that first drive looked good. I mean, 11 plays, you go down the field,
Dude,
you
I
score
can't remember a
touchdown.
time I've watched the Skins game, and the percentage of times we score in opening drives in the last couple of years,
pretty bad.
It's got to be like less than 20%.
Correct.
Yeah.
I mean, I have no idea, but that's my guess. That's my gut feeling. That's how it feels.
They're just going to make defenses pretty much petrified that Jayden can run at all times.
Well, also, I'm telling you,
it's the RG3 effect
for sure.
Like
he's a much better passer.
You have to account for his legs on every down.
No doubt.
Correct.
No doubt. But I also telling you, I loved the no huddle stuff. I mean, half of that was no huddle. And I always want them to go up tempo. I love that. They can't switch out defensively. You get up there quick. You know, they're sort of on their heels a little bit. I love that philosophy. And I think we're going to see a lot of that.
Well, and also Kingsbury, you know, he likes to run the ball.
Mm-hmm.
He does. Mm-hmm. And he's going to have a couple guys back there he's going to run with. Not just Daniels. But again, it was one series. Yeah, he looked good. But, you know, if he had played the entire game, we might not be saying this. So we have to kind of see him at least for another half.
He's going to have down moments, but I'm thoroughly encouraged.
And the truth is, if you were to look at all of the rookie quarterbacks, but for maybe Drake May, who had very limited work and was 2 for 3 for like 6 yards, they all kind of looked good.
I told you.
Yeah.
It's
but it's preseason. But we know they're not all going to be successful in the regular season.
That it's good. It could be a good draft for
But it's so funny. If you read what they're saying in Atlanta, Penix looked good. They're like, oh, maybe we shouldn't have brought in Kirk Cousins. Should have just rolled with Penix. And Bo Nix looked really good. J.J. McCarthy had a good drive.
Yeah, but like you said,
McCarthy had a couple good drives.
Yeah.
Couple good throws.
His numbers were good. Just based on the numbers, I mean, all of them look. May didn't play much, but based on the numbers. But again, it was the first preseason.
I'm not getting carried away.
I can't.
But
get
I'm telling you,
away.
I think it's going to be one of those classes that you're going to look back on and go, man, most of those guys are pretty good. I really think that. Let's go to Marvin in Landover. Marvin, what's up, buddy?
Hey, hail to the W, my friends.
What's up, buddy?
What's up?
I'm just happy about two things. One, he looked like the part wasn't too big for him. Like he really, if the
Very
game wasn't too fast, he looked very comfortable, and that's really, really good. When he ran into the end zone, he had that swag, so you could see that he was comfortable in what he was doing on the field. That's job number one. I love Eckler, but I'm just praying. I'm praying that Brandon Coleman is as competent as they hope, because I didn't see a great left tackle on the field. So
no.
Other than that, I was really, really happy.
If they had to start the season this week, they'd be in trouble because Wiley's nursing an injury, Coleman's nursing an injury. Is Cornelius Lucas? Is he also nursing an injury? I think so. They're back. They would really be in trouble.
There's a reason they signed like 2 or 3 guys last week.
Yeah, and there's no indication.
Allegretti had at least one flag. But yeah, for the most
line
part,
is definitely not their strength.
It's not their strength.
No, that's definitely going to be an issue.
And you're going to have Coleman probably starting as a rookie left tackle.